A Japanese grandmother's daily routine can save her family nearly $6,800 a year. It relies on habits Western households abandoned generations ago. While many chase viral minimalism, these old traditions, like cloth-wrapped lunches and vegetable scrap stir-fries, quietly outperform every modern savings hack. Imagine your floor lasting twice as long, your groceries stretching further, each habit backed by numbers. Which of these 20 mysterious methods still matter today? And how much could you save if you tried just 5? A square of cloth, folded and tied with practiced hands, becomes a grocery bag, a lunch wrap, or a gift package. This is furoshiki, an art passed from grandmother to grandchild, where one simple cloth replaces rolls of wrapping paper, plastic bags, and storage boxes. In homes where furoshiki is still part of daily life, families avoid buying disposable wraps and single-use containers, saving between $180 and $240 each year. The cloths last for years and take on new meaning with every use. Each crease is a reminder of motenai, the deep respect for resources that shapes every decision. After shopping or before a meal, another tradition appears, the oshibori towel. Instead of reaching for paper napkins or disposable wipes, families prepare sets of cotton towels, dampened with warm water and rolled with care. These towels are washed and reused, their soft fibers growing more comfortable with age. Over the course of a year, this habit saves about $156 per household, while also reducing waste and honoring the objects that serve the home. The preparation is simple, but the impact is lasting. One less item on the shopping list, one more practice rooted in gratitude. In the kitchen, nothing is discarded without a second thought. Carrot tops become garnishes, daikon leaves are tossed into stir-fries, and vegetable peels simmer into a rich, flavorful stock. Every scrap is an opportunity. By using the full potential of each vegetable, families stretch grocery budgets, lowering annual food costs by $320 to $480. This approach is not just thrift, it is a way of seeing abundance in what others might overlook. The savings add up, but so does the sense of purpose that comes from making the most of every ingredient. These tactile, thoughtful habits, wrapping, wiping, and cooking, form the foundation of a household where nothing is wasted and every resource is honored. At the entrance to a traditional Japanese home, shoes are left behind in the genkan, a sunken entryway designed for exactly this purpose. The custom is not just about cleanliness or courtesy, it is a practical shield for the floors themselves. With outdoor dirt and grit stopped at the threshold, tatami mats and wood planks last far longer. Households that enforce shoe removal spend 40 to 60% less on floor repairs and replacements, avoiding the deep cleaning fees and premature wear that come with tracked-in debris. Over the course of a year, this single habit can save between $400 and $800 in maintenance and replacement costs, according to household budget comparisons. Beyond the entry, the living space itself reflects a different kind of economy. Where Western homes fill rooms with heavy sofas and armchairs, Japanese families often rely on zabuton, simple square floor cushions that can be stacked, aired out, and replaced for a fraction of the cost of furniture. A set of zabuton costs little upfront and, with care, can last a decade or more. Over 10 years, a household using zabuton instead of full-size sofas and chairs saves an estimated $1,200 to $2,400, not counting the reduced cost and hassle of moving or rearranging bulky furniture. These cushions also free up space, making rooms adaptable for meals, gatherings, or sleep. The combined effect is structural. Floors stay strong, cleaning is simpler, and money once spent on furniture or repairs stays in the family account. These choices are not just about tradition. They are about building a home that costs less to maintain and grows more flexible over time. The savings are tangible, but the real value lies in the quiet confidence that nothing is wasted and every corner of the home is cared for with intention. Airing futons under the morning sun is more than a daily ritual. It is a direct response to rising energy bills. After the 2011 power crisis, nearly 70% of Japanese households returned to this habit, cutting electric dryer use by up to 20%. With a single motion, a futon is lifted, shaken, and draped over a balcony rail, where sunlight and fresh air do the work for free. This simple step saves between $180 and $300 in electricity each year, while also keeping bedding fresher and extending its lifespan. There is no need for costly machines or frequent replacements, just time, weather, and tradition. Next to the laundry basket, a different kind of thrift takes shape. Every plastic shopping bag, gift bag, and sturdy wrapper is flattened, sorted, and tucked away for reuse. Municipal surveys show that 80% of Japanese households practice some form of bag keeping, slashing purchases of trash bags and storage sacks. Over a year, this habit alone keeps $120 to $200 in the family budget and reduces household waste by as much as 15%. The process is quiet and methodical. A drawer fills with neatly folded bags, each one ready for a second or third life, as a lunch sack, a trash liner, or a package for neighbors. These routines, sunlit futons, and saved bags cut energy and plastic use without sacrifice, making the home lighter on the planet and easier on the wallet. A pot of cloudy water, poured off after rinsing rice, becomes a secret ingredient in the Japanese home. This rice water, or tuyu, replaces dish soap for gentle cleaning, feeds garden plants with natural starches, and even serves as a simple skin toner. In households where every drop is used, families avoid buying separate cleaning products and specialty fertilizers, saving $80 to $140 each year. The habit is so ingrained that many kitchens keep a dedicated jar for rice water, ready for the next task. When the seasons change, so does the wardrobe. Clothes for summer are carefully folded and stored away in airtight containers, while winter layers are brought out, aired, and mended if needed. This seasonal rotation, practiced in homes across Japan, extends the life of every garment. Instead of buying new clothes to replace worn-out items, families keep their wardrobes fresh and functional for years. The result is a reduction in clothing purchases by $400 to $700 annually, simply by honoring the rhythm of the year and caring for what they already own. Near the sink, a tawashi brush hangs to dry. Made from tightly wound palm fibers, it scrubs pots and vegetables without wearing out or shedding plastic. A single tawashi can last 5 to 10 years, outliving dozens of disposable sponges. Households using tawashi save an estimated $60 to $100 each year, while also avoiding microplastic waste. The brush is rinsed, dried in the sun, and used again, another example of a tool designed for longevity, not replacement. These routines, rice water reuse, seasonal clothing care, and tawashi maintenance, demonstrate how everyday actions repeated over generations quietly protect resources and family budgets. A whole fish laid out on the kitchen counter becomes more than just tonight's dinner. In many Japanese households, every part finds a purpose. Fillets are sliced for sashimi or grilled, while heads, bones, and even skin are simmered into a deep, nourishing broth. This approach stretches a single seafood purchase into multiple meals: fish cakes, rice toppings, soup, and even homemade calcium powder from dried bones. By using the whole fish, families reduce waste and cut seafood spending by an estimated $240 to $360 each year. The next step is dashi, the essential stock that forms the backbone of Japanese cooking. Instead of buying commercial bouillon or ready-made soup bases, families save kelp and bonito flakes, boiling them with leftover fish parts to create a fragrant, umami-rich broth. This homemade dashi costs up to 60% less than store-bought alternatives, saving another $80 to $140 annually. Each batch is tailored to the day's meal, light for miso soup, rich for hot pots, or concentrated for noodles. In a Tokyo apartment, a mother and her son work side by side, picking through bones, measuring water, and tasting the broth as it simmers. The kitchen fills with the aroma of the sea. Nothing is thrown away until every ounce of flavor and nutrition is drawn out. This ritual, repeated week after week, turns careful preparation into real savings, meal after meal. It is a system built not on sacrifice, but on seeing potential in every ingredient that enters the home. A Japanese kitchen drawer often holds a whetstone alongside the knives, Unlike the disposable mindset of modern kitchens, these blades are cared for as lifelong companions. With weekly sharpening on a fine grit stone, a quality carbon steel knife can last 20 years or more, compared to the 5 or 6 years before replacement in most Western homes. Over a decade, this routine saves a household between $120 and $200, simply by deferring the need to buy new knives. The process is meditative. Water is splashed on the stone and careful passes at the right angle follow, a skill passed down like a family recipe. Nearby, a stick of binchotan charcoal drops into a water pitcher. Made from ubame oak and fired in traditional kilns, binchotan has a porous structure that draws out chlorine and odors, leaving water clean and subtly sweet. Each stick lasts up to 6 months, and it is revived monthly by boiling, then composted when spent. Compared to the cost of commercial filter cartridges, this habit saves families $100 to $180 a year, while producing almost no waste. The same piece of charcoal can be reused for months, then given a final purpose in the garden soil. Even the smallest scraps find a use. Nori seaweed, after wrapping rice balls or sushi, leaves behind fragments too small for another roll. Rather than discard them, families collect these bits to make furikake, a savory topping for rice, or simmer them into stock. This zero-waste approach saves $40 to $80 each year by stretching every ingredient to its limit. In kitchens guided by Motenai, even the tiniest pieces are honored, and the savings quietly multiply with every meal. Rows of glass jars line a cool storeroom in Kyoto, each one filled with plums steeped in salt, umeboshi, the iconic Japanese preserved plum. In homes where families prepare umeboshi every summer, the ritual is practical as well as cultural. Salted, pressed, and dried under the sun, these plums last for years without refrigeration or additives. A family making their own umeboshi spends $60 to $120 less each year than those buying packaged pickles, and the taste is sharper, more complex, a flavor built slowly with time and patience. On the windows, slender bamboo blinds called sudare filter the afternoon sun. Unlike curtains that fade and fray, sudare are woven to last, requiring only a gentle wipe and a dry corner for storage after summer. In traditional homes, a single set of sudare can last a decade or more, quietly reducing the need for replacements. Over 8 to 10 years, this habit saves $200 to $400, while also lowering the need for air conditioning by blocking heat before it enters. The effect is immediate. Rooms stay cooler, energy bills shrink, and the blinds themselves become part of the seasonal rhythm, rolled down at the first sign of summer heat. In the kitchen, a wooden tub sits near the rice sack, filled with fragrant bran. Here, another tradition continues: nukazuke, or rice bran pickles. Vegetable scraps that might otherwise be thrown away are buried in the bran, where they ferment into crunchy, probiotic-rich pickles within days. This method uses rice bran left over from milling, transforming a byproduct into a staple. Families practicing nukazuke save $100 to $180 a year on commercial pickles, and the pickling bed itself is refreshed with vegetable peels and water, never wasted. Each of these habits, preserving plums, hanging bamboo blinds, fermenting vegetables, creates value that endures well beyond a single season, showing how resourcefulness and respect for materials can yield returns year after year. A daikon radish pulled from the soil offers more than just its crisp white root. In Japanese kitchens, every part finds its place. The leaves are sautéed for breakfast, the skin is sliced thin for pickles, and the root is stewed or grated for a dozen dishes. Even the fibrous tops, often discarded elsewhere, are simmered into broth or sprinkled over rice. This habit, using the entire daikon, cuts waste to almost nothing. Over a year, a family practicing full daikon utilization spends $60 to $100 less on vegetables, extracting flavor and nutrition from what others might throw away. It's a habit rooted in centuries of scarcity, reinforced by a belief that every part of a harvest deserves respect. But the biggest savings often come not from a single habit, but from how a household sees itself. In a Tokyo apartment, a mother sits at the kitchen table each evening with a small notebook, the kakeibo, Every yen spent is recorded. Groceries, utilities, a child's school trip, even the coin dropped in a vending machine. Expenses are categorized by type and purpose, with a line drawn between needs and wants. At the end of each week, she tallies the numbers, reflects on what worked, and sets a goal for the next month. This daily ritual is more than bookkeeping. It's a mirror for the family's choices, a quiet force that shapes spending in real time, and a practice of practical control. Studies on Kakebo show that households who track every expense by hand spend 8 to 12% less on non-essentials each year. For an average family, that is $800 to $1,400 saved, money that stays in the account instead of slipping away on impulse. The method isn't about restriction, but about clarity. When every purchase is visible, the urge to buy fades, replaced by a sense of control and intention. As the ledger closes each night, the family sees not just numbers, but the results of 100 small decisions, each one guided by the same principle: honor what you have and let nothing go to waste. Today, as global living costs rise, the gap between convenience and conscious resourcefulness grows sharper. The Japanese philosophy of motenai is not nostalgia. It is a shield against waste and financial strain. In a world chasing quick fixes, centuries-old habits still quietly outperform. The question is no longer what is possible, but how much we are willing to reclaim. What tradition will you bring home tonight? Share your thoughts below.